Hello and good evening. This is Technical Indicator from the Penny Stock Express. You can watch this video in high definition. Just expand and select 720p in your YouTube settings just below the chart. Going to break down SNEY again. I did this one in video format on my blog as well as on the homepage of iHub over the weekend, and I'm very excited to see it react off of this trend line right here. It was the basic focus of the video. We talked about how it really needed to hold the MA20 as support or the trend line. If shares had fallen through that MA20, it would have been a bearish signal. You can see that it's been holding that MA20 ever since breaking it back here in the middle of October. Dips down on accumulation, bounces right off the trend line, goes up, pulls back, goes up, pulls back. The concern I had was these four bearish candles and the increasing selling. But if you are watching price action, this was an excellent trading opportunity for you this morning because the risk reward was good. The reward would be big because it was at trend level, and the risk was good because it was at support. So you can buy off the bottom of the trend, and all you had to do was signal the volume on the stock. We talked about the RSI. Look how it held that 50 or center line. Okay, that's very, very important. So note these things on the chart, and it'll help you improve your trades moving forward. Now to get very specific, let's take a look at the 5-day 15-minute. Basically what we're talking about this morning was whether or not bulls were going to come back into the stock. And look, it makes higher lows for the first 15 minutes. I'm sorry, the first 45 minutes. Each of these candles is 15 minutes. So you get that higher low, and then you see the buying increase. And that's your signal that the stock is going to move back up. All right, and that's all you have to watch. The first hour of trading, the bears weren't in control. Compare it to last week Friday. Look at the volume and look what's happening to price action. All right, so these are the things that if you're day trading or swing trading, you need to be watching. If you're not, you're at a disadvantage to anybody who is. All right, so talk about support and resistance. Let me go back to the other chart and then I'll come back over here. Support 008, 007, 0063, resistance 009, 0095. Then you're going to basically have some resistance at Pennyland. It's that mental Pennyland resistance that we always encounter. All right, see if it gets through there. If it does get through there, then 0117 from this previous high right here. Okay, but the stock is strong right now. Whether it goes up or down, the premise is follow this trend line and make sure it holds that as support. Things are looking very, very good. Very, very happy to see the trend continue on this one. All right, let me pull that equity fee count up again. Let's go over here. Give me a second. All right, there we go. Let's talk about those support points and resistance points real quick, and then we'll finish this chart up. All right, so the stock opens bullish like they talked about in the first hour, and it touches up around 008, right? So let's drop a line right in there at 008. So 008 was resistance this morning, and it pulls back. So talk about trading the pullback. You get about 1 hour and 15 minutes worth of bullish action, then it pulls back. It hits 007 and bounces off of that. All right, and then it encounters resistance. Now this is all accumulation. How do you know? Well, folks, it's making higher lows. Let's grab a line here. All right, these are just great little trading lessons that you can learn. Look at these higher lows, but look at the volume down here. I mean, this is amazing. The volume drops right off the planet. There's none to talk about in through here, but look at the price action. Very exciting price action, making higher lows. So that's accumulation pattern. You get the pop on the bullish buying, you get the pullback. People start picking up shares quietly, and they move the price up, and they get back to that top trend line, and pop, stock blows up. So the stock moves from 008 all the way up to 0095. All right, the high of the day, I believe. Let's take a look right over here. Yeah, 0095. All right, so where are your support points? Right here. This is your first layer of support, 008. Okay, because we broke this resistance. So to probably hold 008, look for it to hold 008 on pullbacks. If it gets through there, 007. All right, your previous layer of resistance now becomes support, and you see it kind of traded off of there as it started to accumulate. So 007. And then you have good support down here, like I said. There you go. All right, 006. Very good layer of support right there from Friday last week. All right, and the resistance to the top side, like I talked about, it's going to be 009. And then your high here at 0095. And then, I already noted the other resistance points. Back to StarkCharts.com. There you go. 008, 007, 0063. You saw it on the chart. 009, 0095, and then mental penny and 0117. That's all it takes, man. Breaks the trend line, then you still have the MA20 now that is slightly below the trend line. So things got really hairy right here, but the bulls came back in, and this is a winner, SNEY. Hopefully you made some money on it, and we'll see where it goes from here. Check out the disclosure. And be sure to check me out over at the Penny Stock Express. Hopefully you learned something from this one. I encourage you to watch my previous video chart. I think the two combined will be a very good learning lesson for anybody that's new to trading. Take it easy.